Before we were so rudely interrupted by the termination of our YouTube channel, we were having a nice conversation with consulting psychologist Jim Lynn. Let's see, where were we? Emotions and decision making. This is Vidiotheque, where every week we try to help companies make the most of their online marketing. I'm Scott Combs. I hope you'll like our videos and share them with your friends and colleagues. How do our emotions affect our decision making?
Oh boy, yeah. I mean, here's the metaphor that I use for that. I mean, and I forget, there's a psychologist that's big in positive psychology that I first read. I can't remember his name, but he described it as a rider on an elephant. That we have the rational part of our mind, our neocortex up here, this top of our brain, is the rider part, and the limbic system, that reptilian brain, all the stuff down below there is that emotional part, and it's like the elephant, and that's the emotional part of our life. So if we think about going through life, you're riding on an elephant. The rider is that rational thinking part, thinking, okay, I know what's going on, I'm in control, blah blah blah. And underneath there, you're sitting on this emotional life, this elephant, and that's a good metaphor in terms of size and scope, because I think all of us can identify when we get emotional about something and off we go. It's not easy to bring that elephant back under control. I mean, to see that elephant charging off, it's not often a very pretty sight to get. So it's a huge issue. We can work on, certainly with rational thinking and training, we can work on guiding the elephant and thinking that we have some illusion of control over that elephant. But basically, our life is basically, if you think about what we are, we're our thoughts, we're our emotions, and our behavior. And our behavior is largely influenced by our thoughts and our emotions. I mean, that's it. I mean, I didn't have to go through 20 years of schooling in psychology to figure that out.
But if it's true when they say we largely make our buying decisions emotionally and support those decisions rationally, marketers can't really ignore either side of that equation, right?
I'm thinking about buying a new car right now. It's it's a pretty major decision, right? So what's the rational thoughts? Well, I got 175,000 miles on the current car. I'm spending $300 or $400 a month on repairs and maintenance of it, and I'm starting to think, well, maybe it's time to get a new car. But there are emotional components there. Think about it. There are identity components. Should I go out and get a new Jaguar? What message does that send to my clients? Maybe I'm charging them too much money, or what? Or how would that Jaguar fit into my? I live in a very middle class neighborhood over by Lake Minnetonka. How would my neighbors react to me driving down the street in a new Jaguar? See, there's all these. It's interesting. Think about your identity, your values, your beliefs, your thinking about. All these factors come into play. So I'll probably wind up getting another Ford Fusion when I get a new car, and not create all that tension.
You mentioned two kinds of people before, feeling and thinking. If I want to market online, it seems like I'd be wise to cover both.
Yeah, that's great. That is a good strategy to do. I believe it's the power of and, rather than doing one or the other, to do both, to have a rational reason. The Ford Fusion will be just the right car for you at just the right price. And when you drive down the street, you won't be creating all kinds of problems for your neighbors, and your clients will think, hey, at least he's not getting rich on me in terms of what he's charging me. So there's an emotional component to that as well as the rational component. Yeah.
If you like our stuff, click the subscribe button, then share it with your friends. Leave comments, questions, and more on the blog, at YouTube, or at the email address on the screen. Thanks for watching. Now get out and do something.